Hey, we're back again. Welcome to Financial Fashion Talk Podcast, episode 9. We're finally on here. We were late, but nevertheless, we're here to talk about some valuable things. We want to hit on some important points. I want to talk about something that we all can relate to, and we're going to get into this thing. I'm the CEO, Mr. Best.
And I'm the CFO, Mr. Best.
And we appreciate you guys for continuing on listening to us and being with us every week on a consistent basis. You know, whether we're late or not, you guys still come and show up, and we appreciate you guys. But we're back for another episode, week 9. How you feeling? How you feeling, CFO?
Man, I'm a little tired, man, but the mission is more important. You know what I'm saying, man?
Right.
How you feeling, man?
And I'm feeling the same way, man. But you know, nevertheless, regardless, man, we got to live out our purpose, and we have a mission. We got something to do. We got a purpose behind what we're doing.
Already.
So it must goes on. It must goes on. It must goes on.
Already, man.
But man, I really wanted to get on here and talk about a lot of what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Not on the podcast, but we talked on the phone.
Right.
About some things, and I wanted to bring to the podcast. And one of those things is how we forget our value and how valuable we are. And there's a lot of things in our everyday society, in our everyday environment, that makes us feel devalued.
Oh, most definitely, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like every single day, we're constantly reminded of, you know, what we don't have.
Right.
You know, a lifestyle that we wish we had. We you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that we look at that we want, and we continue to get into that mindset of looking outward
instead of looking inward.
Right. We tend to look for things to make us feel a certain way, but we look at the things that we don't have and feel like if we get something, we'll feel better.
That's it's like that's gonna dictate your value.
Right. We start looking at the things that we have in our life. And I'm speaking for something personal. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but I'm saying, like, you get to a place where you get used to living a certain way. You get used to living and getting used to seeing a certain type of lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain type of lifestyle that we're used to seeing, which develops the mindset of not knowing that you can live another type of lifestyle.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can get used to living to a certain type of way where your imagination is like cut off to a certain type of lifestyle.
Right. It don't allow you to like elevate.
You can't see beyond the lifestyle that you've been living. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just like, man, like you stuck right there, you know, by the things that you see, because, you know, oftentimes we let the things that we see dictate, like I just said, like dictate our value. So the places that we're already in, we don't feel that, you know, we can go any further than that.
Right. So would you think, okay, do you think that this is something that happens when you're not exposed to anything else?
Yeah.
And I think that's what the real problem is. You know, the real problem is, like, what you're exposed to, it creates your environment.
Definitely.
And, you know, your environment creates your mindset.
Right.
And, you know, your mindset, it generates, you know, what you're feeling, what you're thinking.
Right. It manifests.
Right. Yeah. Whatever type of environment, it creates that mindset, and whatever you feel like, whatever your mindset is, it's like, that's the only thing you see.
Right. So that's the only thing that you're familiar with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it actually,
I'm trying to get to the point. The point is, like, because of the environment that we're used to, it's like you start to feel like you have to live that way.
And I was just about to say, like, you actually start to feel like that's all you deserve.
And I feel like, where do you feel like they came from, bro? Because we're going to get into it. You guys stay patient with us because we want to break this thing down. Like, why do we feel devalued? Like, where does that mindset come from? Like, the feeling of not being able to live differently than how we've been living all along. Like, we look at the type of life that we've been living since we've been born. And, like, we get so addicted to that lifestyle to where we can't even see past that type of lifestyle. Like, we can't even imagine living different than what we've been living all our life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm saying, like, at some point, like, how can we start to feel like we deserve more? You see what I'm saying? Like, because you start to feel like you don't deserve more because you've been living the same way. You've been living at like the bottom. Like the type of lifestyle we're used to is like like lower class, right? That's what we're used to.
Right.
We wasn't exposed to a wealthy lifestyle.
Right.
So what I'm saying, part of growing up like that makes you feel as if it's impossible to live another way.
Right.
Meaning, right.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so you start developing a devaluing mindset, meaning like, I'm really not valuable enough to live a certain type of way. I don't really see myself living another type of way than the life I've been living.
Right.
So it's like you unconsciously accept the way you living, and like you don't feel like you can do more. And that's where we start to wish we lived a certain type of way because we start lacking things. You know what I'm saying? Like we see that we lack, we see that we live differently from a lot of people. And we tend to feel like we don't have a choice but to live that way.
Right.
So the mindset is like, I'm not living that way because I'm not capable of living that way.
Right. Because of what you've been used to.
What you've been exposed
all this
to.
time.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, everything that is subject to change can change. You know what I'm saying? So even though like the conditions or the life that you've lived have created these circumstances, like it's just that the mind has created these circumstances. You know what I'm saying? But we're subject to change.
But who told us that? I'm saying, like, who told us that we could, like, who told us that we wasn't valuable?
But it's not that,
like, where did that come from?
But it's not that like we were told that we weren't valuable. It's not that. It's just that if you do something for so long, then that's where you're gonna be. Like that's you. We actually create that. Like didn't nobody tell you that.
So where do you feel like that came from? Like that mindset of I'm not worthy of, or I'm not able to have, or I'm not able to do. Like, I'm saying, like I feel like the beginning of that came from the slave mentality, like the workers mentality. Like ever since we were from the beginning, like when the slaves were taken and they were enslaved, right? They began to feel like that's the only type of lifestyle that they were entitled to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm talking about that system that created that mindset of us feeling as if we don't deserve anything else.
But see, well, what I'm saying is, okay, this is what I'm saying. Because of the system that was created,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like now it's kind of like concrete with the mental.
It's stuck, right? You feel like
yeah. So it's like you actually like hold on to that because you're not used to different. You know what I'm saying? So it has to take something to like to liberate that mind. Like it takes something to liberate that mind. Now, see, when you speak in that instance, you know what I'm saying? Like it goes beyond race and color,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can be mentally enslaved,
right? That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Even racist people, like they're mentally enslaved to racism. That's what I'm saying because of what was created. So like that's it actually creates the mindset and you actually go, that's where you like, man, it's
but now you see like you really can't, that makes you not be able to see past.
Exactly. So it's less of what was created and now it gets down to the individual.
Right. So let's talk about the individual. Now you just really said something when you just broke it down about the individual. Now let's talk about, personal value. Like what really makes us valuable? Because sometimes we tend to look at things and kind of weigh how much we value according to what we have.
Right.
But see, what you have don't necessarily make you value. It doesn't necessarily make you valuable. What you like actually,
the tangible things,
right? The tangible, the physical things don't necessarily make a person valuable,
right?
Because you can have those things and have no value.
Exactly. Now, I've met some people that had things, you know what I mean, but crappy people,
right? So Where do you feel like true value comes from?
Within. True value, true value. You know what I'm saying? True value, it actually comes from within, because if you really like get down to the nitty gritty, you know what I'm saying? Like when you were born, like you already had value. Like it was you was already. The reason that we're so valuable is because we're like containers. You know what I'm saying? And you can put so much down into that container. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why the statement says a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Is because of what you can shape it to be, what you can mold it to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what I mean when, you know, that's our value, because we're able to because of the things that we're able to attain within, like the thing that you can put within.
Right. Exactly. And see, part of you being able to put things within is part of you becoming aware of who you are.
Truly.
And that's what I feel like true value comes from. It really value comes from you really acknowledging who you are and what you have to offer.
Right.
Like each of us have a gift that God gave us.
Right.
And that's your value.
Right.
It's just the society and the environment that we grew up in has made us like not be conscious of our gift, not be conscious of what we have to offer. So we tend to look towards outside forces.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thinking that it's going to give us value, but the value really comes from within.
Exactly.
And that's where everything comes from.
Right.
Everything's come from
within. But see, the thing about it and what makes it so special, like a special gift, to know that you have value. Right. Check this out. We are created. Like we're created. Like look at my eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? I can't look at, I can't see me. I can't see myself. I can only look at the things that are outside of me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a special favor and a gift from God to be able to see that the value within.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we were created to look out.
Exactly.
Not look within. But like you just said, society has created that mentality that the things that's outward create your value.
Right. See, society has created, like you just said, society created that mindset of saying, okay, I'm not valuable unless I have things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but see, things like you will lose your value trying to acquire things.
Right.
Because the things aren't the things that make you valuable.
That identify you.
Exactly.
See, your identity is not in things. Your identity is you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I'm saying, bro, like society makes us look more at our like physical self, rather than like your true self, like your your soul. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like your soul, your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, bro, that creates the mindset to where you feel like you really can't be happy unless you reach a certain level in life. And I think that's where that mindset comes from. Like a lot of people don't feel like they can experience happiness, they can experience peace, they can experience different things in life until they get rich, or until they get a certain job, or until they get into a certain relationship. And I feel like you're supposed to be able to experience happiness before that. You see what I'm saying? Part of the reason why a lot of people don't have peace in their life is because they waiting to have peace, because their peace is dependent on something physical, something that you can actually touch. But see, true peace and true happiness and true love and true joy can't come from anything material. It comes from something that's not seen. It comes from spiritual enlightenment.
Right.
Like it comes from you acknowledging who you are through God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because we're all sons and daughters of God who have blessed us with the gift to give the world. You know what I'm saying? And your gift was given to you to make room for you.
Right. To actually like live.
Exactly. But it's inside of you though.
Exactly.
Your gift is inside of you though. But we get lost into thinking that everything is coming from the outside, when really the gift is in you already.
And see, the one thing I love about Mama used to say, bro.
Yeah.
And I used to ask her like, Ma, like, why are we not rich? You remember what she used to say? She said, do you remember what she used to say?
You talking about when you're rich and things that matter?
Yeah. She said, you are rich.
Yeah.
She said we are rich.
Rich.
She said we're rich in the things that matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Things that matters most.
Right.
Bro.
Things that matters the most.
Because look, man. Listen. I heard a saying a long time ago about, you know, it said if you put the equal amount of money in everybody's pocket right now,
right.
This is including broke people, rich. If you put the same amount of money in everybody's pocket, they're still going to be the same person, which means the same amount of money, like it's going to circulate.
Change the person.
Right, it's going to circulate. Like the money is going to circulate. It's going to end up circulating
where it came from.
Right, it's going to end up back where it came from because your mindset got to fit that.
Right.
And see, that's what I'm saying. See, you don't necessarily like. If I became a millionaire today, I had to be a millionaire up here, or else I'm still gonna be the same person. You see what I'm saying? Like $1 million wouldn't make me a millionaire. I had to be a millionaire up here for me to continue to be a millionaire.
Right.
Because if you give a broke person $1 million, they just gonna be a broke person with $1 million. They you gotta have $1 million mindset to go along with that $1 million, or you're gonna end up broke all over again. Exactly. So what I'm saying, like, it's really about the way you think about yourself in terms of value. Like your value comes from how you view yourself.
Right.
So if the thing is, like, society has created, like, it has made us hate ourselves because
we don't have.
Certain people don't have. So it's like, okay, I really can't say that I'm valuable, or I really can't. You don't feel worthy
because I ain't got the J.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? Because I ain't got the Gucci belt. You know what I mean?
But we got to get out of that society, because that society was created to make us feel that, to make us feel like we don't have, to make us feel like we can't have.
Right.
But in reality, like, you can have anything. It just depends on how you view.
Right.
It just depends on, like, the way you think up here.
Right. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And bro, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till you acquire riches. You don't have to wait till you get that job promotion to feel happy, or to feel like you have peace. You know what I'm saying? That really comes from the inside. That comes from you knowing who you are, man. You are gifted. God gave you a gift. You are somebody, and you have to know your personal value, bro. And I feel like a lot of stress comes from not knowing who we are, because we tend to accept a lot of things that we feel like we don't deserve. You see what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
That all goes to that mindset we're talking about, bro. We devalue ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, we start devaluing ourselves because we start accepting, like, the barrel of the bucket, like the bottom of the bucket, the end of the bucket.
Yeah.
We accept it.
Because, see, we accept it because that's what we feel we deserve.
That's crazy. Because we don't know who we are. Exactly. That's the only way you feel like, that's the only way you can accept something, bro. I'm saying, like, if I gave you a gift, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would you be happy? Like, what would make you happy? Like, what about that gift will make you happy? Part of what'll make you happy about that gift is it'll be something that you feel like you want it, you deserve it. Right. You know, because if I gave you a gift that you ain't want, or that you felt like you didn't deserve,
right?
You probably wouldn't be receiving. You
would be beneficial.
Right. Nah, you wouldn't want to receive it.
Well, yeah.
Like, you wouldn't even want the gift.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, it's all about how you view that, bro. It's all about how you view that, bro. It's all about how you look at. It's all about how you look at yourself, because you got to look at yourself as a person of value, bro.
Most definitely.
You got to see yourself as a person of value.
Most definitely.
Because if you don't, you'll accept any type of thing.
Right. Right. And I believe that, you know, that mentality, man, it was created, and that's something that it has to stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to stop somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you are valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take on that persona of, like, I am great. You know what I mean? Like, I can add value everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if somebody driving in a Bentley or a Mercedes. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about the type of mind. You know, everybody got to hustle, man. Like, everybody can do that. But just to be able to go and add value in any circle.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man.
That takes a different mindset.
Man, we got to get out of the norm. We got to get out of this system. You know what I'm saying? Because like we steady looking outward. We steady looking outward, you know, for inner fulfillment. And inner fulfillment don't come from outward forces. Inner fulfillment come from the inside. You can't expect something from the outside to give you inner fulfillment because it's not capable of doing that.
Right.
So I'm saying once you realize what's in you, and you got to really find out the gift that God gave you, and that's really where you're going to see your value. And I know y'all be asking, like, they talk a lot about finding a purpose. They talk a lot about finding your gift, because that's really is going to set you apart. Like, that's going to change your life. Once you find out what your gift is, you'll find out what your value is. That's what you bring. That's what you bring to the table. Whatever you bring to the table is your value. And the thing is, like, you don't really realize what your gift is. And so you walk around devaluing yourself. You don't even know who you are. So you tend to accept that $10 an hour job. You tend to accept, you know what I'm saying, that you have to, whatever the case may be, you just tend to accept what you don't deserve because you don't realize what you offer.
Right.
And we have to get out of that mindset. We have to get out of that mindset and really realize, like, hey, you know, ask yourself a question. What do I have to offer? And that's how you're gonna find out what your gift is. You gotta really pay attention to start asking yourself, like, what do I have to offer? Like, I know I'm not here to just live. I know I'm not here to just pay bills.
Right.
No, I know I'm not here just to do these things. Like, why am I really here? And you have to start asking yourself. Like, ask yourself those questions and focus on them, because where your focus goes, your energy flows.
But not only ask yourself, you know what I mean, but ask your father. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask your father.
Pray,
like, ask God, like,
that's
pray
true.
about it. Like, he'll reveal it to you. He'll reveal it to you. And like my man just said right here, man, he said, I feel like a millionaire without the money because the inner peace, and now I'm living my purpose.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once you start to actually walk in, like, who you are, like, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that, man. Just to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Not necessarily comfortable, but to discover, you know what I mean, who you really are. And I don't need any validation. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's what we live on. It's true. We live by validation from other people. You know what I'm saying? But once you can, like, cut that off and get past that, like, I don't need no validation.
Man, because it's really the only reason you feel like you need validation is because you're looking at lack. Well, like I'm saying, like, you feel like you're missing something.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And living, like, for validation, man, like, it's not like so negative, you know what I mean? Because people just trying to figure out who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Man, I can tell you, man, just from personal experience, man, like, trying to figure out, like, what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to be?
Because we've been living in the system all along. That's why. I'm saying, like, that's the reason why you don't know who you are. That's the main reason why we don't know who we are, because, bro, we live it in, it's like an automatic system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when we were born, we had to adapt to the way our parents were living. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was just an automatic system that you was already put in.
Right.
So you automatically grow up living like
I'm in the system.
You're gonna have to find,
like, that's
like,
it.
you are made to find out who you are. Like, you forced not to know who you are, and you're made to find out who that person is.
You gotta figure it out.
Right, because the system, like, it directs your path already.
Right.
It's almost like you already know, like, when you're born, your parents already know, like, I want him to have a good job, or I want him to
go to school.
Right. It's like the same. It's like the same thing over.
Get married.
The same cycle. It's like the same cycle over and over again. So, like, your life is pretty much already directed before you start living it. It's like it's already like
made up,
predetermined. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
It's just like this. It's just like this, man. And, like, what you said, like, it reminded me of I don't know if y'all ever. I know a lot of y'all probably done seen, like, Bee Movie.
What's that?
With the bees.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when the one bee came out, is the one bee that Jerry Seinfeld did the voice for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But his
right.
parents were looking for like, okay, this was he's gonna be for the rest of his life. Like, no, man, like, no.
And that's a good example, bro.
Like, my purpose is far greater than what y'all talking about.
And that's what you got to realize. And that's what we have to realize. We have to realize, like, hey, you have to wake up that consciousness. Like, hey, I know I wasn't born to just work, bro.
But I feel like, bro, sometimes it'll itch you so bad. Like, it'll irk you so bad. You know what I mean? Because you tired of the norm.
And see, that's what's gonna push you though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's what's gonna push you though.
But that's why.
And that's why we're on this podcast. Like, the whole reason why we're on here talking about this is to raise awareness of this, man, because nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about the system like that we get into automatically. Well, we are unaware of this system. Like, we're stuck in the norm. We're stuck in this automatic system of like doing the same things over and over from generation to generation, and nothing ever changes because like we don't really know the value we have.
Right.
And like, once we know the value we have, we'll do more and we'll expect more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that way we'll be able to raise awareness of other people and change the next generation, bro. Because like that cycle of this system that we're talking about is continuing to create the same mindset, which is continuing to create the same results. And we just do things over and over again, and expecting something different. So now we have to make people aware that we do have gifts.
Right.
Like, and your gift will make room for you. And like, we have to help people find out where their gifts are.
Right.
And help them develop it. So like, you don't have to wait for anything to come before you find out what your value is.
Right.
You have to wait for it. Like, you already value now because you have it in you in the form of a gift that God gave you. That's your true value.
Right. But you just gotta, man, it just takes some, some
searching, man.
Yeah, some searching, man.
Searching.
And like, one thing I say, man, like, treasure, man, is never found like on the surface. You know what I mean? Treasure is never found on the surface. You always gotta dig for it. Like, you gotta dig for treasure. You know what I mean? And I hear the scripture saying like we have a treasure hidden in these earthen vessels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta look within. Like, we already created to look at everybody else. Right. We already created to look at everything else. But try looking within. Try looking within. Try some soul searching. You know what I mean? Because I know somebody tired. You know what I mean? I know somebody tired of the same old thing every day, same old system every day, same old 9 to 5 every day. You know what I mean? Like, you get pissed off and mad because you got to go to work because it's something that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? But don't complain about it. Change it.
Like, find ways to change it.
And it's not going to be an overnight thing.
It's not.
It's not going to be an overnight thing, man. It's not something that's just going to be fly by night. Like, you just got to have patience, wait for it, and once you get it, it's going to be worth every moment that you was pissed off. You know what I mean? That you was confused. You know what I'm saying? For every moment that you didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? For every moment that you asked why? You know what I mean? For every moment, like, it's going to be worth it.
Right.
Because inner peace, inner joy, like, man, it ain't a dollar. It ain't a dollar that can pay for that.
You can't even work for it.
Nah, you can't.
Like, you can't even work for that inner peace. And that's why we have to make people aware of this mindset. Because these are things you can't even work for. These are things you can't even buy. Like, you can't buy these things. These things come from within. So it's gonna have to be something within you, bro, because there's no amount of money that's gonna give you a peace of mind. There's no amount of money that's gonna buy peace for you. So that comes from you knowing who you are. You are a child of God, you are a son of God, and you are gifted. And you have to realize, like, hey, I can be happy right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, bro, those things that you're looking at, the things that you look at that you don't have, you have to realize that you're valuable enough to get them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, don't look at the lack and be like, nah, like, I'm not entitled to those things. Like, don't look at your circumstances and be like, oh, like, I can't have that because I'm working this job and I can't afford it. It don't even matter what type of job you work. When you learn what your value is and what you bring to the table, you can have anything that you want. Would you get it overnight? No. You're not just gonna wake up and it's just gonna be there. Of course, it's gonna take work for you to change that mindset and change, like, the tradition of how you've been living, how you've been addicted to living for the past 10, 15, years. 20 years. Yeah. Like, you got to break that cycle, but it's going to take time for you to break that cycle. But the thing is, we got to make sure we are aware of who we are. You see what I'm saying? We don't got to wait for it. We don't have to wait to feel happiness. We don't got to wait to feel joy. Like, you can feel that right now.
Because it's within.
Because you're not living for physical. See, that's something. See, we have to come out of that.
Right.
We're not. See, these things going to come with you realizing who you are. Like, material things, bro. Like, material is simple. And see that we try to get, see the problem is like we try to get the physical before we get spiritual.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like we try to get,
and it's something that you're not even ready for yet.
Exactly. Like you try to get the things before you there in the mind first. Like you're moving too fast. You got to be in the mind first before you able to acquire those things that you want. Like it starts up here first. You see what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And we get that's why it don't come from looking outward.
But check this out. And like what you saying that, man, this thing just popped up in my mind, bro.
Go ahead, man.
Like before you get your license, what you got to do? You got to study the driver's manual.
Right.
You got to take the test to make sure that you're ready to get your license.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before they put you behind that wheel, they want to make sure that you're prepared to drive that car. You know what I'm saying? Because with having the liberty of driving the car comes a lot of responsibility.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you get out there on the road, like it's not just you, but you're around a whole lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna have to be prepared to like whatever come up. Like you got to be mentally prepared to know what to do in that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like we can't get anything before we're ready for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
You got to be prepared before you get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So being in that society, like it's on purpose.
It is, bro.
Like this junk is on purpose, man. Like it's on purpose. It's on purpose, like showing like, yeah, look what I got. You know what I mean? That's just to throw you off of, you know, seeing your true value and discovering like who you are.
And we'll go to the we see comments coming up, and don't worry, we'll go into our segment.
Yeah,
we're going into our segment Question Us in just a few, where we take questions and we take topics, and we want to interact with you guys on another level. We see a lot of comments. Thank you for you guys who comment. And we're gonna go to the comment section and we're gonna talk to you guys about the comments that you guys have posted. But yeah, man, we really want to make you guys aware of like start looking in the inside, like start looking at yourself and start look at what's in you already. Don't look at what's on the outside. Don't look at what you don't have and label yourself as
a lacker,
like
a beneath. Like
don't even get in that mindset. Don't get in that mindset. Don't even look at what you don't have, because that don't mean nothing.
See,
you gotta realize what you gotta realize what you have to offer, man, and
what you already have.
What you
already have.
Oh my God. I don't know how to get it across. Like, we're gonna have to keep saying it over and over again, because it's like it's very important that you understand that. Like, there's no way that what you have on the outside is going to give you personal value, because it's just only thing. It's just only what you see.
Right. But what about when you lose it?
My point.
Your value is gone.
It's gone, bro.
Your value is gone. Like,
it's not real.
Right. See, that's exactly. Not seeking after temporary things don't get you long-term results.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, exactly. What is that going to fulfill? What is it going to fulfill besides a lust?
And we're by any means, like, we're not saying don't want anything.
Oh, most definitely.
What we're saying is don't look at the lack. Like, don't feel like you can't have anything because you don't have anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like you can't have anything because you don't have anything.
Or you haven't had anything.
Because you can have anything. Right. Because you are valuable. Right. Because that's really what it's all about. Like, value runs the world.
Right.
It's all about value. And when you realize that you hold value, you will realize that you can have anything that you want, because it's not in things.
Right.
It's really not in things.
Man, a wise man told me, man, you know, things come and things go. So don't ever get caught up on things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, things is temporary.
It's very temporary.
It's temporary, man.
Very temporary.
But like your soul, You know what I'm saying?
Your
Like,
true self.
Your true self.
That's what we're talking about. That
Right.
valuable part in you. Your true self is what we're talking about. That's what the focus needs to go into.
Right. So before you attain these things, so they won't carry you to a place of no return, like you have to be prepared to handle these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look at Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Look at Warren Buffett, man. Like, this man just bought Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do you not know, like, the mentality that you got to be on to be at that level of you know what I'm saying?
See, it takes purpose. And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's all about, by you finding out what that gift we're talking about, like by you finding it out, you'll know your purpose along with that. See, one of the reasons why he can do what he does is he has a purpose.
He's in his purpose.
Like, he already have a purpose for what he's doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Which his mindset matches that.
Right.
You see, your mindset gotta match that money you going. Like, his mindset matches what he has.
Exactly. That's why he still got it.
Exactly.
And see, that's what it is, man. Like, you gotta be already ready when you get it, so you can keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's not your focal point, then it won't matter. When you get things, it won't even bother you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It won't even bother you. That won't even be your drive in life. That won't even be your thing. Like, it is, things that just happen for you.
But the thing about it, man, let me say this.
Okay.
The peace that you will feel after you find out what your gift and purpose is, it doesn't match any type of material thing that you will ever get. So once you realize what your gift and purpose is, you'll realize that you feel a peace and a wholeness within yourself. You'll feel a type of fulfillment where you feel okay because you know, like, everything that you actually desire, you're going to get because your gift will make room for you. Right. So you don't really have to feel bad about what you have or what you don't have because you already feel whole. You already feel that sense of You already feel that sense of peace and wholeness within yourself. You already feel that fulfillment already.
Right.
So it's like you don't have to get into the spirit of lack or the spirit of, like,
the void is gone.
Right, exactly. That void, exactly, bro. That void that you were trying to fill with all that material stuff, like, it's been fulfilled.
Right.
Because now you know your purpose, and now you know what your gift is. Now you know what you have to offer the world, so you don't even have to look to the outside to give you that fulfillment, because it gave you that already.
Right.
God has already gave you what you've been lacking
or what you need.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And see, that's where that come from, bro. You won't even look to the outside anymore because you already have that inner peace already.
Right, man.
So you won't even be looking for a certain amount of money to give you peace. You won't even be looking for a certain amount of money to give you joy.
Right.
You already experience it because you know what your purpose is in life, and that's the reason why you live it. You won't no longer be living for something that you can acquire.
Right.
And see, that's the thing. Like, our life goals be lined up with what we just want to acquire.
Right.
And see, the thing is, like, our goals don't really be high goals. Like, it just be a whole list of things that we want. We don't really have no purpose. Like, we got a whole list of goals. Like, oh, I want a Cadillac.
Right.
Oh, I want to live in a huge house. But I'm saying, like, what's your purpose in life? You see what I'm saying? We have a whole list of goals of acquiring things. But I'm saying, like, what's your purpose?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we have a whole list of things that we want, but what's your purpose?
Right. What is your purpose?
That's all our goals be, things of what we don't have. Right. So we got a list of things that we want to feel the things that we don't have.
A temperamental list.
Exactly.
Like, it's temperamental, like, because I could set fire to everything on that list and it'll be gone forever.
But the thing about it, once you know your gift and your purpose, you can lose those material things and get them all over again.
And still be okay.
You'll get them all over again.
Right.
You'll know that you can acquire all of those things over again because you still have that. It didn't destroy what was in you. It didn't destroy that purpose. The real value.
Right. It didn't destroy the value.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the value that you already have, yes, that you already have, it don't come from things. Like, it don't come from things. And like that's the mindset that we should be feeding to our children. You know what I'm saying? That the value that we should be teaching our children. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you got don't make you special. Who you are makes you special.
That's right. That's right.
Man, I was blessed enough to go to a private school and also to go to a public school.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, I was able to witness, you know, the different environments. And you know, once I got outside private school, like I saw like most of the values, you know, were very temperamental. You know what I mean? And what you didn't have or what you lacked was focused on more. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, I'm 32 years old, man. I done been out of high school for a long time. I done been out of school for a long time, so I know that has gotten worse over time, but still the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's all, man. It's continually being fed to our young people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's being fed to our older people, like that don't have a mental like real mental stability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man, it's people, man, that's really affected.
Yeah.
By things that they don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's crazy that you say that, man, because it's really the mass majority is really like people we know, people that we're close to, like people that like we can relate to all of that, man, because it's like,
man, I know I can.
Like that's what we see. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we've been seeing.
Right.
And it's like, and see, that's what we're talking about. That's the problem that's the main problem that we're talking about, man. This creates like that mindset of feeling bad. Like you actually feel really bad about not having.
Yeah.
Like you get stressed out about not having.
Man.
You get depressed about not having.
Right, man.
And see, we gotta destroy all of that by realizing who we are. You destroy that by realizing who you are, man. Like you gotta realize, like, hey, I already have things to offer. Like nothing more, nothing less. Like I'm already entitled to better. Like right. I'm going to attract greatness because I am great.
Right. That's just
like that has to be the mindset. Right. Like I am great and I attract greatness. Like walking. And every day I'm going to attract great opportunities. Like my life is great already. Yeah. Don't say, okay, like I start living a great life when I get $20,000. You see what I'm saying? Right. Like, okay, like yeah, you'll be able to do more with those $20,000, but like if you don't have inner peace when you get those $20,000, you'll realize after you spend those $20,000, you'll realize like I really don't have any peace. And you really don't want to get there. You don't want to get to a place where you get what you thought you wanted, and then you realize it's not what you right. It didn't really bring you fulfillment. Right. And see, and that's how people get depressed and kill themselves, and you know, because they felt like they have set their whole life up with material goals. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like right. you have these big material goals, and like you gotta realize like you have a purpose of living. Like make sure whatever you're going after is lined up with your purpose in life, because if you chasing just pointless goals and just to have things, you're gonna get to the end and really realize that those things don't really bring you personal fulfillment.
Well, yeah,
right, man. So
let's well, we gonna go to our segment. Yeah, we're gonna go to the segment, man. I know we was over here yapping. But we're about to go into the segment now. Question us. I mean, we're gonna go into the comments. You know, any topics that you may have, any questions, like 2 topics, 2 questions, and we'll spend 5 to 10 minutes talking about it. You know, pertaining to personal development
and what we talked about tonight. You know,
yeah, most definitely.
Anything, you know, anything that you feel like that you want to like make a statement about. You know, anything. We got a lot of comments already. If you want to start, bro.
Okay.
And we're gonna spend like any question or topic that you have, we're gonna spend 5 to 10 minutes talk about it, because we try to get you guys out of here
at a decent time.
At a decent time, like if not an hour, just under an hour. You know, so we want to interact with you guys.
Let me see here.
We got a lot of comments already though, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, bro.
It's Kevin.
Yeah.
I think it's something at the bottom, man.
Yeah, they're at the bottom. Now our our accomplished poems, yeah, they've been putting a lot of comment. I thank God I see life so different now that I'm looking within. Amen. Amen. And
and see, that's exactly why. That's exactly how you're gonna have to wait for those things.
right. And see, that's what I'm saying though. It's a special gift. It's a special gift when you given that ability to look within,
to see your personal value.
because we're not created. That's not how we made.
It's not, man. And see, that's what we were talking about in the beginning. See, this system and this environment was created for us. Like this environment of lack and this environment of poverty.
Right.
Like they
knew that.
Like it was created.
Right.
They already knew it was
right.
They
knew that
mindset.
They knew that. Right. They knew. See, when it was developed, it was more on a psyche level.
Exactly. Because poverty is really in the mind.
It's a mindset.
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
The only reason we know poverty is because we acknowledge it.
Right.
You know, our environment made us acknowledge it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like
right.
That would dictate that mindset. The poverty mindset came from that society and that environment that we were placed in.
And see, all we did was continue to feed it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
By not changing it.
Exactly.
Years of not changing it. Years of going along with it.
Just feeding it.
That's it.
And see, once it grows to a certain, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you really can't do nothing with it because it's too big then.
But I'm saying, like, you don't have to.
You can.
The very moment you realize that you don't have to, and that you are entitled to more, and that you deserve more, and you know what I'm saying, like you don't have to think that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be in lack. We don't have to. Once you see that, you begin to change the way you think about things, bro, because lack is only the way you view your life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like right now, if we stop thinking about lack and we stop thinking about what we don't have, we'll have more.
Almost definitely.
Because we focus more on what we don't have, and that creates a certain type of lifestyle. Because we focus on what we don't have, and we spend our whole life
focusing on that,
putting our energy. We put our energy into thinking about what we don't have, and it feeds us exactly what we don't want.
I know, man. And it's crazy because, like, it's crazy. Did we get that comment right there from
Yeah, it's a big one. I was getting ready to try to read that.
Yeah. Our accomplished poems. It's another comment from. Okay, they said I have a degree, but it didn't give purpose because I'm not working in the trade I studied because of layoffs. Discovering who God is made me to be. I feel richer than when I was working.
Wow.
Because I found my purpose.
Quote, wow.
I mean, parentheses, entrepreneurship.
That's it, brother.
Already.
That's it. That's it. And see, that's that inner peace we're talking about. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
man.
Even though he thought, you know what I'm saying, he knew what it was. He went to school and everything.
But now you remember what you just said, like way back.
What's up?
Okay, he went and got that degree. So I'm pretty sure that was preached.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like because of mommy and daddy
that
came
same
from
system.
Right.
That same system.
Right, man.
That same system of see what I'm saying? Like they tell you that you have to obtain something. You see what I'm saying? Like they raise you up teaching you that you have to obtain something for success.
Right.
Like
man.
you have to wait. You have to wait for success. Like you gotta wait to obtain these things to be successful.
Right.
But really, you have to already do that. You are
like right here.
And see that now you see what that mindset. Now you see the mindset I'm talking about.
Right.
Like it's all about waiting until you attain a certain thing before you experience certain lifestyle. Like you gotta wait. You see what I'm saying? Like, but they don't teach you that you can actually experience the feeling of having those things in your mind.
And they also don't tell you that we are creators.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because a piece of us, God is the creator.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So a piece of him is in us all.
Exactly.
And it's crazy, man. You study the human brain, like it's electricity up there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can actually attract.
Exactly.
You can attract things.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can attract like we go on vibrations.
Bro, it's you the scriptures say you're gonna reap what you sow. That's not only about bad things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say you will reap what you sow. Every time we say that, we tend to only think about doing people wrong. We think about karma. We think about all of that stuff. Like, but really it means like whatever seed that you decide to plant, like whatever seed that you decide to plant, you're gonna reap it. So I'm saying like if you put out your gift, see, your gift is valuable. So your gift was given to you to give out to the world, and it will make room for you.
Right.
So that coincides with what we're saying. Like, by you giving that gift, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Say you want to say, like you want to say something, bro.
Nah, I do, man. And don't feel bad because your gift is not valuable to the people that's around you.
Right.
Like your gift is valuable somewhere. You just got to find out where it is.
Exactly.
So don't feel bad if you know what your gift is and it's not affecting those around you. That might not be for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
you got to keep walking in it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep continuing in that direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once you figure it out and once you get to that place, like, don't feel bad because no one around you, you know what I'm saying, like, sees value in what you bring to the table.
Man, you gonna reap what you sow. And that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Like, that gift that God gave you, by you giving it out, you're gonna reap what you giving out. And see, that's why you gotta be real deliberate on finding out what your gift is. Because once you start giving it out, bro, it's gonna make room for you.
Right.
That's why it says that.
Right.
Your gift will make room for you.
Right.
You're gonna reap what you sow. So
Right.
when you plant and give out your gift, bro, you're gonna reap that greatness that you gave out.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, you don't even have to want things that you see that you lack, because you got a gift. That's something that can't be bought. Like, that's something invaluable. Like, you can't even put a price on it.
You can.
But you can get paid for it.
You can.
Like, it's gonna make room for you. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, that means it's gonna take care of you.
Right. Right, man.
Your gift is so valuable that it's gonna take care of you.
Take care.
So you're gonna have to plant that gift. You're gonna have to reap. You have to plant that gift so you can reap. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Man,
but if you never realize you have a gift, you're gonna be going your whole life like living out of your purpose, and like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really live a happy, fulfilled life when you don't really know what you're living for.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you just fitting in.
You just gotta tune in and really focus. And I really be wanting to give y'all like key steps, man. But it's like, man, I want to give you guys like very detailed information about how to channel your gift and how to develop your gift. But I'm saying, like,
we'll get there.
We got to really know,
you know
what I'm saying? It takes time, and we want to actually take clients, you know what I'm saying? And, but we'll get all into that. But anyway,
what we're doing now is
making you aware.
Just
making
awareness,
people aware, man.
Bringing awareness, man, because this awareness is not on you. It's not being put out. You know what I mean? It's not being put out in the masses.
Right.
I'll put it like that. It's
right,
being
man.
put out, but it's not being put out massively.
It's not being talked about like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get back to these comments, man. We got a few comments, man. We coming up on the end.
He said, "Oh my God, what were you guys years ago?"
Trying to figure out what our gift was.
Right, man. Right, man.
Right. That's where we was at, bro. That's where we was at. Okay. Right. Right. Hey, man, look, do you know that wealthy people, they shop there a lot?
Bro, they shop at a lot of places more than they work at.
Right.
Because we don't really understand the mindset.
Right.
That's the thing. Like,
man.
You got to realize people with purpose, like people with a purpose that are rich, you got to realize, like, they do a whole lot of stuff with their money. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we tend to grow up thinking about lack, so we get material goals. Right. We don't have goals with a purpose. And see, that's the distinction I was trying to make, bro.
But we get temporary goals.
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, without a purpose, you really don't see far. You don't have really a direction of what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm saying, like, we got to stop having a whole list of material goals and really try to find out what our purpose is in life, because it's really empty when you start going after material goals, because once you get the wealth that you're going after, like, you just only gonna use it for yourself.
What's next, though?
Know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, well yeah, that's it.
Know what I'm saying?
But see, the reason, like, that's the whole reason that you pursue temporary things, because you only want them for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to some PD the other day, man, and the cat was saying, like, that's the reason that we're not blessed, like, beyond measure.
Mm-hmm.
because we only look for blessings that benefit us.
Exactly.
And the portion that's given to you to give away, you don't do it.
Exactly, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we don't receive blessings in abundance, because you're selfish.
Exactly, man.
But that's not bad. And I say it's not bad. I say it's not bad because you just don't know who you are.
I mean, but what we saying is, okay, like of course you can use money. Like we're not on the podcast talking about like
Right.
we don't get into the don't make it seem like we're saying like don't want anything or don't go after anything. Like of course you're gonna have some material goals, but the point we're making is like don't make your whole life about that. You know, try to seek for a greater purpose in life. Like you want to seek for something greater. Like of course you can go after, you know, little material goals. You may accomplish them. But I'm saying like we wanna make you aware of who you are and want to give your life purpose. We want you to have a purpose of what you're doing, what you're going after, because you want to live a fulfilled life. You want to live a fulfilled life. And part of you living a fulfilled life of you is you knowing that gift that God gave you and knowing that purpose of why he put you here.
Right.
That gives you value. And that's the real value that we should be going after instead of a whole list of material goals that really doesn't bring you fulfillment.
Right. And once you attain that and understand your true value within, like that's where your peace is gonna come from.
Right.
Like, that's where your joy is gonna come from. Like that's what's gonna make you happy. Like it don't even matter what's going on around you, because it's gonna be okay, because like I know who I am.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm dealing with a few things right now.
Yeah.
But I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like because of what's inside of me. You know what I'm saying? What's the capabilities of what's inside of me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you told me the other day, man, like, you know, like, man, bro, I know all of that's going on, but it don't take that much positivity.
It's all, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true,
It
bro.
don't take that much positivity.
I noticed that. You notice I ain't really noticed that. Some of the stuff, man, I'll be talking to you about, like, I'll be realizing it while we be talking.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, wow. Like, it'd be true because I really did realize, like, it don't take a lot of positivity to offset your mood. All it takes is for you to just open that door.
Just a little bit.
Just open the door.
Just
like when you're feeling negative, all it takes is for you to just talk about good. Like just change what you're thinking about. And that very second it'll change how you feel.
Right.
A lot of times I feel like we just like being like sometimes we get addicted to being upset. Oh, I'm talking about me. Like you get addicted to feeling angry, you get addicted to feeling in your little funk.
I mean, that's normal for the natural man.
Yeah.
That's normal for the natural man.
But I'm saying you can really like you can offset that like by being like positive.
Right.
That it'll offset it, man.
But
yeah, offset it, man. But it's coming up to an hour, man. Well, it went by kind of fast. It ain't even seem like we were on here this long. But it's almost coming up to an hour. Let's read some more comments.
I wanna make sure we acknowledge everybody that commented. You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for the wonderful niggas. No, thank you for showing up.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. I invested 5 years and fought against the system to get my degree. And down the road, they still kicked me to the curb. At least they thought, because all the time I was looking for my purpose because I felt out of place, although I was doing well. Exactly, bro.
Right.
That's that inner fulfillment.
Right.
That inner fulfillment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's that inner fulfillment that we're talking about.
That's
only purpose gives you that fulfillment, man.
Right.
And we really can attest to this through experience. Because it's a thing about when you really open your mind up. When you open your mind up to really finding out what your purpose is, it's like it's hard to turn back, because once you start realizing like I have a reason to be here, and you see how important it is for you to find it out, it's like
Right, you don't want nothing.
Like you don't
else.
even want to do nothing
You
else
don't
no
want
more.
nothing else.
Once you find out what your purpose is, like
Man,
you don't even want to do nothing else. Like
I'ma tell
you want to do it
man.
for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna tell you, man. You know, ever since we've been going in the direction that we've been going in, bro, like Facebook ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Instagram ain't the same. You know what I mean? Like just getting on there, scrolling, seeing all the nonsense, like I get irritated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the only reason that I would get on here is like to host a watch party. You know what I'm saying? Like see the comments that was made, or sometimes I might look at something funny. You know what I mean? But as far as like today, I was on there like just trying to scroll. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you do something
nothing to do, right? I do, man. Like, no doubt.
Do some deleting, bro.
No doubt, man. Like, real talk, man. Let me see. The scriptures say, not that I speak in respect of want, but in whatsoever state I found myself, I've learned to be content.
That's it. That's it. That means like, okay, I might not have it,
but it's okay.
Yeah. Because it's not you saying okay because you can't have it. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Right.
You ain't saying okay like I'm just giving up, like I ain't gonna ever have this.
Right.
You saying like I don't have it, I know I can get it, but since I don't have it, I'm still fine.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fine still. Like I still got happiness still.
Right.
Like I still can be joyful still.
Right, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that don't mean like you don't be content out of like just accepting like I'll never be able to do this, or you see what I'm saying? Like you accepting like I'm okay with where I'm at right now. Not saying like I can't have it, but I'm okay right now.
Right.
Because I know I can get it. It's like an option. It's almost like when you go to the mall, you got a pocket full of money, right?
Right.
You can go in and not buy nothing, not because you couldn't,
but because you got the option.
Right. You just decided not to buy something.
Right.
Like, it's the same thing.
Right. But if I do, if I don't, I'm good.
Right. Exactly. Like if I wanted it, I could. But if I don't have it, if I don't want it, you say,
oh well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah, man. Like that's what it brings, man. It brings that inner peace, man.
And see, that's what I was talking about like last week. I know we went into like mental health, but
yeah,
I was talking about like that acknowledgement, that acknowledgement of things. Like it's a way that you can acknowledge wanting something, or it's a way that you can acknowledge the lack of something, right? Like, okay, you can look at something that you don't have, right? And a person with a poverty mindset would say, oh, like, I want this because I don't have it. And I really don't feel like I can attain it. So I'm just gonna wish I had it.
Person with a positive
mindset. That's a poverty mindset.
Yeah.
A poverty mindset is like I'm stricken to this way of life. Like I know I can't have it. So I'm just gonna want it because I know I can't have it.
Right.
That's a poverty mindset. Right. But see, we gotta get in the mindset of acknowledging like we can see something that we want, but we don't even acknowledge the fact that we don't have it because we know that we can create it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the mindset of a creator. Like you already know that you have it.
Right.
Because you can get it.
Right. I can create something to get it.
You don't have to focus on that lack.
Right, exactly.
Because you know what you're capable. Like I know I can do this thing. Like it ain't nothing that I can't obtain. Like it ain't nothing that I can't have because I have the capabilities. Like I can create this.
Exactly.
You see that? Man. You see the two mindsets.
Right.
It's a difference.
Right.
But see, we're used to like looking at it in a poverty mindset. Like we'll look at that lack and be doomed to it.
Right.
Like we'll let it defeat us.
Yeah.
I never like I know I ain't gonna ever drive a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm gonna still have a picture of you know what I'm saying? Like, but it ain't even like I got a picture of my wall because I'm gonna have it one day. Like it's a different mindset that you have.
Right.
You can be looking at it like I'm gonna look at it because I know I never have it.
Right.
Versus I'm looking at it because I'm keeping it in my mind because this is something I'm gonna have.
Right.
Like, I'm keeping it in my mind because this is something I'm getting ready to do.
This is something that I can have.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's a two different mindsets.
Exactly. But that's glass half empty, glass half full.
Yeah, it's two ways you're looking at it,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? And like that's what it is, man. Like that mental enslavement, man, it actually says, I looked it up, the definition. By believing other people and circumstances control how we think, feel, and dictate the choices we make.
Go ahead and say that again, bro.
Okay, mental enslavement. This is what mental enslavement is. It's believing other people and circumstances control how we think, feel, and dictate the choices that we make.
Wow, man.
Like I can witness to that. I can witness to that. You know what I'm saying? But like somewhere, like I got sick and tired of that.
But that's them outer forces that we talking about.
Right. Right, man.
You'll never be happy that way. You'll never be happy that way, man.
Don't judge. Don't judge with these. Please. Don't judge you like with these. Like that's not what it is. It's more. It's more. When you're looking with these, you can only see the surface.
That's right.
You can only see the surface, man.
Right.
This is limited. They say 2020 is the best vision. It's still limited.
That's right.
It's still limited to the things that matter the most. These only allow you to see what you can touch and what you can feel. But when it comes down to truly seeing like joy and peace and all of these good things, like it goes beyond these.
Right.
Like when you looking within, you're not looking with these. So make it a practice to preach to yourself that I am of value, that I have value. And if you don't know what your value is, start looking.
Looking for it. That's right.
Start looking.
Because you have it regardless. Like, it don't even matter if you don't feel like it.
Right.
If you don't feel like it, if you don't see it, like he just said, just look because it's there. Like, we know it's there. Regardless of whether you see it or not, like it's there.
It's there.
You have value.
Yeah.
You just have to seek for it. You just have to find out what it is, and that's all. That's all.
I know we're finna get out of here, man, but think about this as well.
What's up?
Like it's somebody that's depending on us to discover our value.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody that needs you to discover your value. They waiting. They wait.
Because it's gonna help somebody.
Right.
Your value is gonna help somebody, and it's gonna help you. Because like we just said at the mid of this podcast, your gift will make room for you.
Right.
So your gift is to serve others, and it will serve you also.
Right.
So it's gonna be doing, you're gonna be doing yourself a service, and you're gonna be doing others a service.
Right.
So the thing is getting out of that mindset of waiting for certain things to happen for you to experience.
Right. To say I'm successful.
Right. Don't wait. You don't have to wait. It's all about how you think. It's all about how you see things. And that's the reason why we don't feel successful, bro, because we don't even see ourselves as being successful.
Right.
And that's all. You don't even see yourself.
That's all it
takes.
That's all it takes.
Right. Exactly, bro.
That's all it takes. It
don't
take
takes, bro.
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Like going to college, like ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's not going to bring you fulfillment.
Right.
Like your personal fulfillment, it's not going to bring you that.
You gotta have a purpose behind it.
Yeah. Now you can do it like if you know you got the purpose behind it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be doing it pointlessly. Like,
right. Yeah, cause mama wanted me to go to college.
It gotta be a purpose and a reason for you to do things. And see, we do pointless things too much.
Right.
That's really why that's another reason why we had a mindset that we have now. Like we just do pointless things.
That don't yield us profitable results. We do. That's what's amazing. We do pointless things that don't yield us profitable results.
Right. So the main thing in this podcast, you guys, before we get out of here, we just wanted you to become aware of your personal value, and that your personal value don't come from what you attain naturally. Your personal value comes from what you see that you have from within. You have to acknowledge who you are from within, what you have in the inside of you, which is the gift that God gave you, which is what your true value is. So without you knowing what your gift is and what your purpose is, I can really pretty much imagine how hard it is for you to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what you bring to the table besides what you have to offer, like your job or, you know, your career, your relationships. Like, what do you have to offer besides that?
Right.
When it boils down to it, you got to have something in you because you only have but so much physically.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we just making you guys aware of that your true and real value comes from within, because what you have on the outside can only take you but so far. You're gonna run out of things because you don't have everything.
Right.
You don't have everything, so you're gonna run out of. If that's what you think value comes from, your value is going to be limited because you don't have everything.
Right.
So you're going to have something that can't be priced,
right.
which is your gift, which means like you have everything because you have your gift.
Right.
All right. Anything left, CFO?
Man, this wonderful, man. It's wonderful, man. Just remember that.
Yeah, just remember your value.
Man.
Just remember your value, man.
I got one last comment, man, from our compass poems. The famous writer Eddie Baldwin said, "The chains are no longer on our wrists and ankles; they're in our minds."
Oh man, and that's so real, man.
Man,
and that's so real. That's so real, man.
It's gonna take a key to unlock it, though. You know what I mean? You can be free. You know what I mean? Even it was some other things that I wanted to talk about,
but I mean, you are your own key.
That's true. That's true. But that's what I'm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man.
It's crazy.
But man, this was a wonderful podcast tonight, man. And
you ain't gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different locks that you can have on your mind, like locks that you didn't even put on your own mind. Like we just talking about the generations of this same mindset. Like you probably you didn't even give yourself this. Like you didn't intentionally give yourself this mindset that you have. It was unconsciously gotten by the way that you live your life.
Right. Well, not just that, but how your life was given to you.
Right. I'm saying like whichever way you grew up. I'm saying like whichever way you live, it created that mindset unconsciously. Like the way you think came from that.
Right.
So I'm saying like that's why we're waking up now. We gotta wake up now.
Yeah.
And like those locks that has been put on our minds from our parents and from our forefathers, like that's been poverty stricken, like
come out.
That can be freed.
Come out.
You know what I'm saying? Like through our minds, just like the gentleman, just like he just said. I'm not sure if that's I don't know the name. Like it's just say Our Compass Poems. I'm not sure. We'll have to go to your profile, like, and I appreciate you for tuning in because you've been commenting like a lot, and we appreciate you. Like you've been interacting with us.
Yeah. But man, I tell you,
and that's where it really at, man. It's really in the mind.
That's what it's all, man. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Everything starts from the top. Everything starts from the top, and it trickled down. It trickled down. So be mindful of what you receive in. You know what I mean? Because it could have a great effect on your life, or it can have a negative effect on your life. But it's all about what you take in. You know what I mean? And if you're taking in positivity, gear it in the right direction. Do something great with it. You know what I mean? Because everything you attain is not just for the purpose of having it for yourself, but it's for the purpose of generating. Like just let's generate it. Let's generate it. You know what I mean? That's why we're on here tonight, and we're just making everybody aware that the mindset that we have been stricken with, like you don't have to keep it.
Yeah, we don't have to.
You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. You know.
So just ask. Get in the habit of asking yourself. What is my gift? Why am I here? Because you got to understand your value, and that's one of the ways you're going to understand your value once you realize what you have to offer. And that gift that God put in you is your value. That's the most valuable thing that you'll ever possess. The most valuable thing you'll ever possess is the gift that God gave you to give to the world.
Yeah.
So in your realizing that, that'll be you knowing your value. So get in the habit of asking yourself, put that energy and put that focus on that throughout the day. Like ask yourself, like, what is my gift? What is my purpose? And put that energy out there and start walking in it every day. And certain things will start revealing themselves to you about yourself.
Right.
And that's all, you guys. I'm the CEO, Mr. Best.
I'm the CFO, Mr. Best.
Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Financial Fashion Talk Podcast. This was episode 9. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be back for episode 10. 10 weeks. We've been on for 10 weeks, you guys. Thank you for all the supporters we'll be getting on every Monday. Sometimes we'll be late, but you guys still show up.
Right.
You still show up. You still be patient with us. And we love you guys. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. And we'll see you guys next week. And you already know what time it is. We out.
Out.